It's the FOMC day. The feds are here to save the day. Just like I say, just like I always tell you guys. Don't you love it when, things are shaky and they get, rocky, and then here are the feds to save the day. Let us pray. Oh, Lord, did you do it again, Coach? Only time will tell, man. This is the most important chart moving forward, and we've talked about that time and time and time again. Is that September 22nd, that autumn equinox is historically everything in the cycle before we see an October reversal that tends to lead to the next part of our thesis by Bitcoin's birthday. Bitcoin tends to be leading into or already at new all-time highs. Can I get a hello? Let's go. So, it's nothing new, pioneers, okay? But what happens at that critical Master Chief 117 range? Let us pray. And as if you don't think we have the market tuned in. We tuned in sight here. 117 tied to Bitcoin numerology that we get. Correct? So, Bitcoin 117. Bitcoin will reach into more price discovery if we can break this range. Okay, so Bitcoin price discovery and Bitcoin both giving us that 117 in numerology. We've been showing you that $126,000, $128,000 Bitcoin coming for months now. Okay, so again, imagine if it comes post the blood moon eclipse. Oh boy. Anyways, wake me up when September ends. Okay, so wake me up. Okay, pioneers, but I'll behave. Because again, sell in May, walk away. Remember to return in September. May, September, shine like gold come December. Ooh, 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 ooh. So if you got them lows at Labor Day, that Labor Day sell-off that we teach you about, you know what I'm saying? And there could still be that historical post-Labor Day low. This is looking a lot like 2020, where we got the higher low in the post-Labor Day low. And didn't my wake me up when September ends video talk about 2020 real specifically, and how it was the only time we had seen a higher low before continuation. So far, we've been matching 2020. This year's 47.4 K 47 date. 74K 47 date sell-off felt kind of like a lot like panic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was feared out of the market, tariff wars, all this, that, and the third. Right in the middle of cherry blossom season and right before the end. You got the low on the 7th, the 8th was a fake out, and the 9th, the day before the end of cherry blossom season, was bop, 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 bang, your everything. And then the 10th just sealed the deal when we back tested previous daily candle structures. Okay? And then, bam, post cherry blossom season. Like we teach you, boy, we blossomed. Let us pray. Did you do it again? I tell you what. That's why we've been writing a thesis and dissertation on that, and creating a market strategy and timeless blueprint titled Cherry Blossom Season and the Timeless Market Cycles. Okay? So, again, here we are with the cherry on top, post a Uranus retrograde. That's not the blood moon eclipse date. That's just September 1st. Wake me up when September ends, right? And now we get past this blood moon eclipse that Coach was the only one bullish about out here in the cryptosphere, while everybody else was panicking. We knew one day prior to that, on the 6th, 9/6, Uranus station retrograde. Like, the historical find that we have trademarked and copyrighted here at the Daily Candle Close News and the Pioneer Academy is something that everyone in the space needs to give flowers to. Okay? So we need to understand that moving forward. Already been in contact with, publishing this on all my social medias, making an official claim, registering with local and U.S. patent offices and copyright offices, possibly qualifying for a provisional patent and, license plan and revenue model, building brand evidence. Okay? So, just saying. Okay, let's pay homage where homage is due moving forward. So today, as the feds come in to save the day with their rate cuts, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, don't get emotional, okay? Because we were just in fear last week. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to show you that. It's going to show you neutral. But when it was down there, oh, it was bloody. It said fear, okay? It wasn't extreme fear. But the sentiment, you could see it in the market, in this Twitter space, like, I even called it. I even called it into my Discord at one point. I was like, with this sell-off that we were getting, that we called in advance, by the way. Because, if I were to go to my chart right here, I've just been trying to keep it clean. But, like, if I were to, I don't know, maybe unhide group 1, it's like, wow, what in the world have you been doing, coach? You've really been, like, able to call the entire 2-hour bullish divergence at 107 that we mapped out in advance, right? And then give us Elliott wave correction, Elliott wave impulse all the way up, all the way back to $117,000 to close the CME gap that we were sharing. Like, calling this larger ABC correction. And now here we are, either about to see the bulls step in and break this resistance at 117K. That could be everything, right? The Master Chief range. Or, get that falling knife, that capitulation, that waterfall pattern, right here. This could have been an up thrust after demand, right? Boom. And then we capitulate down into, that autumn equinox, which is everything, right? Which is where historically the lows have came in around. Not saying it comes on the 22nd. It's just what the 21st, 22nd is for me and my thesis is, the 21st, 22nd microstructure reset as we enter the zodiacal change, okay, of the Mazzaroth. Some of y'all call that the zodiac, you know what I'm saying? That partial solar eclipse this year, as well as, Rosh Hashanah. Man, you got a lot going on right here with the autumn equinox this year. You know what I'm saying? Plus that 9/23 date that has been, taken away by storm by the decoder community as, a big hot date to pay attention to, right? So, only time will tell if we get this larger ABC correction or resistance from here and we, end up seeing this right here before we come back up. 112. Eat some fair value gap right here, retest previous structures, right? So left shoulder, head, get our right shoulder right here, inverse head and shoulders. We can even push up, and then come down. Either way, something like that, or we can capitulate to that 88 to 93 to 97K. So I'd pay attention to the gap at 92, CME gap, Not saying we have to feel it, but if we're going to capitulate, I'd pay attention to it. Okay, it just makes common sense as a sophisticated trader, right? Anyway, plenty of fair value gap right down here at 90 and 88K though. So that would make sense to me more than paying attention to a CME gap. Smart money concepts, So, anyways, don't get emotional today. We know this is just another buy the rumor, sell the news event. Okay, so we're paying attention to it. But until we start breaking 117K, 119K, it really doesn't mean a thing. Okay, So we've got class tonight, and we're going to be coming out and talking about the Fed's FOMC day, yeah, and how they're here to save the day, not. And we're going to be, going over everything that we've recently seen on the world stage, decoding that more possibly, just sharing more insight, answering questions, speaking more on our Uranus and retrograde thesis that we've been going over, all as we approach the autumn equinox, because that was a huge part of our thesis, in case no one knew. Again, this is the bare bones chart, okay? So let's get all the Elliott wave and impulsive corrections on the smaller time frames that we've been guiding you through. So heading into this, we knew when I shared this, we were still back in July, somewhere around there. I started building it months ago, and I shared it in, I think, July, post July 4th, and the run-up we had. So as we were in Mercury station retrograde, we were expecting to see potentially, some downside, okay? So it came post Mercury retrograde. Not surprising, all as we entered into September. But what the downside truly was, what we have been teaching for 6 years. The August shock, the historical shock, given to us by Richard Nixon himself back in 1971. So post the heliacal rising, I was the only analyst in the world out here talking about it on their Twitter, on their YouTube, like in their classes. Like, nobody talks about the Sirius star. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know, man. It's a great time for prices to be rising, though, in August. Okay, heading into the 11th, August 11th, and the 322nd day of the year. That's when I was telling my pioneers to be prepared. Okay, because 2 days later, what we were teaching you was the shock. The 13th through the 15th, historically for August. Wow. The Richard Nixon shock happened again. And it led us into our September lows that we have got a reversal from so far. But is it the true low? Because this autumn equinox is everything. So if I get my moon patterns up, and I understand that they're not colored, this is not the main chart that I use in silicos on. So, forgive me for not going into every one of my different charts and different setups to change the colors of this, okay? It's simply just pay attention to the autumn equinox time period and the continuation we get after, even in a bear market, okay? So your autumn equinox, even in a bear market, and then you got your continuation after, okay? That wasn't a great example, but right here in the last cycle, that autumn equinox, which was our lows before continuation into the last of the Mohicans. Prior to that, in 2020, post C19, autumn equinox was our lows, our everything before continuation. 2000 and, okay, great example right here. Great example right here. Okay. Autumn equinox was everything. Continuation into the lows during Uranus retrograde, by the way. Alright, but right here in 2017, autumn equinox was the lows. Continuation. Alright. And where does this fall? Every year. That September. Wake me up when September ends thesis that we have documented for 4 years now on our channel. 4 videos of Wake Me Up When September Ends. Irrefutable, undeniable that no one has been given this and breaking this down and sharing it like the Master Chief. And yet they say, perhaps they'll bring it up. As if the autumn equinox and our Uranus retrograde, the last Mercury retrograde of your cycle, is everything. So again, autumn equinox 2013 is everything. Boom. So this was actually an October 2nd sell-off 2013, my mother's birthday. So when was Rosh Hashanah that year? Things like that. It's a revolving date. Pay attention to the moon. Revolving. Never the same. Alright, so if we flag out right here, look for continuation. And where are we going? If the Feds are here to save the day, and if we go 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a fifth wave, which your third wave is typically your largest wave. It doesn't have to be. There's no true rules, but if you look at this, dang, wave 1 matches up with wave 3, and it can. And if wave 5 matches up with wave 3, which could be your shortest wave, you'd be heading back around 122 to 121 to $122,000. Banger. So Elliott wave, impulsive pattern theory. So just like this chart is showing, we can either be in more of a Nixon shock, capitulation, falling knife, waterfall. Okay, autumn equinox is everything. Alright, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive pattern theory to $126,000, $128,000. Okay, we can get both. Called a shotgun play. Impulse, capitulation. Okay, so pay attention. I'm not saying that happens. October seems to be historically one of the best 3 performing months of Bitcoin. And our thesis shows that by Bitcoin's birthday, we're leading into or already at new all-time highs. And if we go to new all-time highs, that's just another sign of continuation. And all a bull run is just continuation after continuation until a reversal. So until we lose $74,000, or start to lose, say, $97,000, and break in market structure, that's very important. Setting lower highs and lower lows. Right now we continue to set higher lows and higher highs. So, only time to tell. Only time will tell. But I'm going to sign out. Just want to give a quick short update this morning for you all. Keep you prepared for Fed Day. I've heard analysts come out saying these are the most important days of September, and obviously they have not seen our September thesis and decode. Wake me up when September ends. September equals 103. It's National Preparedness Month 103. You know what I'm saying? All those 103 connections. It's ruled by Virgo until we transition into Libra. Virgo ruled by Mercury 103. Today leaves, or the 19th leaves 103 days left in the year. So the 19th and the 21st, 22nd microstructure reset, recycle of the month, and the autumn equinox, which was 137 days from our May 8th day we gave you, the same day we got a new pope, things like that. But it was our breakout from 97K. So 138 days from the autumn equinox, 137 days from the autumn equinox, the 33rd prime number, was our breakout past 97K and continuation. If you want to know more about how we knew May 8th would be, an important day and why we said in May, those that sell in May come June and July would probably regret it. We were clearly in a short squeeze right here, you guys, in May. That's why Coach was back there doing the little squeeze. You know what I'm saying? In the Discord. When you see that little GIF and I'm squeezing the eyes out of that little panda toy, yeah, that's what that means. Okay? But if you were to went 58 days prior to that, it was when we were giving you our March 11th 5-year anniversary of the C19 lows that nobody else was talking about until after the fact and after we gave it. Okay. So, anyways, they were panicked about the blood moon eclipse, remember? And we were like, no, we're just gonna sell off into lows into the fifth wave of this corrective theory into cherry blossom season, And, you know, we were getting this third wave because, you know, it was 3/11, March 11th. 3 times 11 is 33. It's the third wave. It was the 5th year anniversary of the C19 sell-off. So anyway, like y'all weren't here. And then we saw the bearish blood moon that everybody's talking about actually be bullish, just like this bearish blood moon everybody's talking about actually be bullish. Like, let us fucking pray. And here we are again. You know what I'm saying? So we were able to tell back then that 58 days later on 5/8 was going to be a big day. Okay? So, and we even cemented that post cherry blossom season. Like, when you got the blossoming, it was just perfect. But yeah, man, we're going to sign out. Let's go a quick, short 20-minute update for you guys. So, much love. Much love. I'll see you all tonight in class. If you want to join us in class, join the private academy and Discord, you know, at dailycandleclosenews.com. It's a $2.23 lifetime access. Lifetime access. Like, there's literally no trolls there, you guys. We've been around for like 6 fucking years. No trolls. Imagine that. I don't know how you do that. Probably because I'm a coach and I gut check people and I challenge them. You know, and I don't just disappear inside my Discord and not let you message me. I actually respond to people inside my Discord and when they reach out to me through Discord. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm here for my community. I'm here for my people, my pioneers. You know, I'm out 18, 21 hours a day, working 2 jobs. I'm charting. You know, sharing the exact moves for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. If I could find my Discord, I'd share the tabs with you. But anyways, Modern Sport is out here giving bookmap updates. So, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, we out here all day, every day, literally calling the moves of Bitcoin step by step, step by step. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody does it like us, period. And if you learn how to chart Bitcoin, you can learn how to chart anything else. Okay? So, just go and join the Discord. You can join us for class tonight by joining the TradeAholics and Fibonomics through the website. It's $32.20 a month. Okay? It's less than $1 a day to learn how to trade. Everybody else is going to charge you $99, $100 or more a month. They're going to charge you $1,000 or more a year. Thousands of dollars. Okay? I've got hundreds of videos, course material, group style, both. You know, I've got written out trading plans and strategies and things to understand. Like, and again, I'm here to always answer questions when I can. Like, again, I'm a very busy man. Only father, 2 jobs, single parent, homeschooling my son, growing pioneers. But nobody does it like us. So, you know, some of my updates, obviously. But 9 3/4 coming very soon, the autumn equinox. Nobody knows what that means. Here's another scripted one. Only pioneers knew it was a equinox. Right? So, shout out to Esme. But, you know, this is the September 19th, the quadruple witching hour day. And people were saying today and tomorrow the FOMC meeting is the most important day. Like, come on, you guys. Like, screenshot that. Alright? But, anyways, just join us here at the Pioneer Academy and Discord. You know what I'm saying? dailycandleclosenews.com. You can get in, stay up to date on some of the most important moves or life events that we call ahead of time. So, again, since no, that's not it. I was about to say, might as well go back to when we first started. Yeah. Never mind, I thought this was June. This is still September. We ain't going all the way back to June and scrolling. But just plenty of updates. Go and watch this September Wake Me Up When September Ends video, all 3 of them for the last 4 years. Get caught up to date with where we are and where we're heading into moving forward into October. And I'll see you guys at class tonight. Much love. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacies. Let's go.